Okay. Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute, and by a minute, it's been like 2 years, and I'm so sorry for that, but social media is hard, man. Nobody talks about this, so I just had to focus on one platform and blow that up, and now we're here, and what better way than to start it out with Ramadan. So Ramadan Mubarak to anybody that is celebrating out there. So I thought I would do a little like 10 tips to stay healthy slash not gain a ton of weight during Ramadan video. So let's do it. Okay, I wrote these down so I don't forget them, but tip number 1, move your body. Just because you're fasting doesn't mean you need to sit around and sleep around all day. And that's not really what fasting is supposed to be about. You're supposed to still carry on with your daily functions that you usually do, and you're just fasting. So don't be slumped watching Netflix all day and then think, oh, but I'm fasting, the calories won't count later, because they just don't. No, move your body, still walk around, do your ish. Tip number 2, drink your water. Please drink water, for the love of God. Everybody reaches for like soda, juice, coffee, tea. Those are all great, but remember to hydrate. You've been fasting for like 12 hours. The first thing you should be reaching for is water. Our body's comprised of 90% water. You need water. I think I drove that home. Okay, we're good. Tip number 3, try to consume less caffeine. I will be the first to say I am working on lessening my caffeine intake, but if you're gonna have a coffee, please just have 1 cup of coffee. Remember the last tip? Yeah, so this goes hand in hand. Caffeine is a diuretic, which means you're gonna be visiting the bathroom so often, and that's the last thing you wanna do when you're fasting all day and you're already dehydrated, and then you glug, 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 glug coffee or tea, and then you're not drinking as much water, and then you're wondering, why am I parched all day? So please, just 1 cup of coffee, you'll be okay. Tip number 4 is try not to eat everything in sight when you're allowed to eat. So we all have our mommies and our aunties, and they're making all kinds of sweets and treats. You don't have to eat them all the freaking time. Like Ramadan's a whole month. I don't know about you, but I get sick of mlawi this 3rd or 4th day. I can't have them anymore. And just when you're ready to eat, have some protein, have a date, drink some water, let that settle. Let your brain register that you're about to eat, and then you can eat some other meals later instead of just going ham first hour and then you're sitting there like, I can't breathe. Don't do that to yourself. The food's not going anywhere. Tip number, I think we're on number 5. I don't know, I lost count, but here we are. Lift weights, resistance train. Still go to the gym. You don't have to go every single day. You don't have to have like these strenuous workouts that you usually do, but still move your body and still train, especially if you are resistance training on a regular basis. The main thing for Ramadan is to try and maintain the muscle that you have on you and the muscle functionality. So going to the gym and still being able to lift during Ramadan is a game changer. On top of that, please train after iftar if you can. If you can't, then I understand. But I highly recommend. I have tried going after my pre-dawn meal. I have tried going fasting, and I've tried going after breaking my fast. And I found that going after breaking my fast is the best time because I've had some water in me. I take a protein shake with me. I've had some food, and then I can actually train with a decent capacity versus if I'm training fasted, I get lightheaded, to be real. And then pre-dawn, I legit get like heartburn after I'm done. And then I'm like, oh, I just went ham on that workout and now I'm gonna fast for 12 hours. So I say all that to say, find the schedule that works best for you, but still move your body. Don't be a couch potato in the name of I'm fasting. Number 6 goes hand in hand with number 5. Eat your protein. Please, for the love of God, especially if you're training, again, like I said, you wanna maintain your muscle mass, you wanna maintain your muscle functionality, so eat your protein. I personally, during normal days, I eat around 140 to 150 grams of protein. During Ramadan, I drop it to 100 and to between 100 and 120, just because I wanna be realistic. I'm not gonna be able to get that much protein in the feeding window unless I'm just drinking straight up protein shakes, and my digestion cannot handle 150 grams of protein during Ramadan. But please eat your protein. You don't want to look skinny fat and have like no definition and just be like, yeah, I lost weight, but then you also lost muscle mass. That's not fun. Number 7 is eat smaller portions throughout the night. Like I said earlier, don't freaking just have one meal until you're dry heaving and then you can't eat the rest of the night. This is gonna help you not overeat because you're gonna have one meal and then wait about 90 minutes and then have another meal, so on and so forth. That way you can break up your protein, your carbs, your fats, and again, you're not like a child in a candy store let loose and then just rummaging through everything and eating everything in sight. Control yourself. Number 8, and arguably one of the most important ones, is try to maintain somewhat of a normal schedule of sleep. Don't stay up until 4 o'clock in the morning watching a soap opera with your mother, especially if you have to work. So I try to go to bed around midnight, and especially if I'm not getting up in the morning for a pre-dawn meal. If I am getting up in the morning, then I try to go to bed around like 10 or 11. This is gonna help you so much throughout the day. You're gonna have some energy because you have slept. You're not going to be as hangry because we all know that sleep affects so many things like your hunger cues, your satiety cues. So you want to be able to sleep and be able to function throughout the day. So try to maintain, like I said, somewhat of a normal sleep schedule. If you're gonna go to sleep way later, then I hope that you're able to sleep a little bit later in the morning. If you're gonna be waking up super early, then I hope that you're going to bed early, but sleep. You're not a 3-year-old that we have to like chase around and tell you to sleep. Number 9, try not to skip your pre-dawn meal. And I'm not saying you should have a feast, but try to eat something small. It could just be a yogurt and some granola. It could be a protein shake and a banana, something that will keep you just fuller throughout the day so you're not going off on your coworkers in the office because you're hangry B word, and you're able to control your emotions and your feelings throughout the day. So especially if you're going to bed around like 11, then I highly recommend getting up in the morning and having something to eat, drinking some water before you go on about your day. Now, if you're staying up super late until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, then in my opinion, there's no need to get up at 5 and eat again because you have been eating all night long. I usually do get up and I have some water, a little bit of coffee, and like I said, something super light. I usually will do like 2 hard-boiled eggs and like a banana. That's what works for me. But again, I have tried so many different ways and strategies because I get very hangry when I'm hungry. So that's what works for me, getting up in the morning, eating something small to carry me throughout the day. But do what you will with that, you know, it's your life. Number 10, and the last one, watch your sodium intake. Just try not to eat so many like high sodium foods because they're gonna make you thirsty throughout the next day. I try not to eat just like any like packaged foods or a lot of fish, a lot of spicy foods in general, because I find myself way thirstier the next day and then I'm just like parched by sunset. So that is something that I have tried to keep to a minimum throughout the last couple of years, and it's definitely played a huge, huge role in just my thirst level as the day goes. And bonus, I have a bonus. This is something that kind of annoys me a little bit, but I thought I would bring it up because especially in like the Arab world, people feel very entitled to ask you if you're fasting. While I know that may be coming from a good place, the bonus tip is stop asking people if they are fasting or not. Fasting is supposed to be between you and God. It is none of your business if your neighbor is fasting or if your friend's fasting or they're not fasting. A lot of people may not be fasting for health reasons. Somebody may have cancer and they're going through chemo and they can't fast. Somebody may be pregnant and they don't want to share that they're pregnant and they're not fasting. Somebody may have diabetes and they don't want to share with you that they have diabetes and they're not fasting. So don't ask people if they're fasting. This is like the one thing that is supposed to be between you and God. You do it for God and you carry on. So don't have this like high moral compass of, oh, are you fasting? Are you not fasting? What's wrong with you? Why aren't you fasting? And I get that I'm on social media and that's something that I signed up for people to like, you know, criticize, ask questions and whatever. And that's fine. I have thick skin. Many people DM'd me asking me if I was fasting. And yes, I'm fasting for all those of you that are curious. But stop asking people. It is literally none of your business. And I mean that with all the love and respect. We're going to close out this YouTube video. And this is going to be the first of many. I think I'm going to do like a Ramadan series of some sort. So if you have any questions about anything in general, drop them below. But your girl's coming back full time. I'm going to do this YouTube-ish and we're going to do it together. We're going to be besties. And I got to stop moving my hands because I'm wasting my energy and sunset is not anytime soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like, comment, subscribe buttons, and I swear to God, I'm gonna get better at this closing, and have a great night, wherever you are, or day, morning. I don't know what day it is, wherever you are. Okay, bye.